stockmusic.net.
We are so grateful to have with us today Cynthia Quek, who is the chair of our Bishan Sky Neighbourhood Committee, Sky NC, and lastly, our guest of honour, Advisor Chong.
Hi, good evening. And some of these coffee shop stall holders may choose to move to this hawker centre and operate because maybe rental is cheaper and they can sell food about similar price or 50 cents to $1 lower. It makes more sense to them. So when they start shifting out, and if the coffee shop cannot find replacement tenants because there's more competition, then the convenience of the residents may be affected. So all these factors we will have to seriously think about before we come and put in a hawker centre. Because the residents are quite close together, so I think in terms of safety may not be that great an idea. Put regulating strips or even put a hump to slow down this vehicle for safety reasons. But to do that, it may affect the well-being of certain residents because the noise level may go up when the car go over the regulating strips, or sometimes they jam their brake to cross the hump. It may create noise for the residents that are around there. So all this we will feedback, work with LTA to see whether the zebra crossing is something that is a good balance. If you ask them to do more to widen it or whatever, it's unlikely. In fact, the last time when they built, there's no shelter. Then we ask for the shelter. Yes. Then they say it's too dark. Then we ask for the lights.
Street lights, yeah.
But I think to further widening, all this may be a bit tough. So the last mile connection from the end of the covered linkway, sheltered walkway, to 514A, which is the food centre, that is in plan. That were because of the COVID, as I mentioned earlier, the plan is delayed. We expect that to finish by end of this year. So there will be a linkway covering from here to the traffic junction of Street 15. So it will be covered by LTA.
To request that MRT turn off or redirect the flight lights from the MRT depot at night, which is adversely affecting residents' rest and sleep, and also including flights to the unit balconies.
Yes, this is something that I think we can let SMRT know. In fact, there are some residents also mentioned, not in Skyview, but at some of the HDB flats further down, they also talk about the noise level. We understand that SMRT have to do their job as well because testing of all these trains can only be done at night. So when we feedback to SMRT, they still have to test, but at least they are aware of it and they take actions to reduce the noise level. Generally, when a BTO is being planned, HDB will carry out a traffic impact assessment study. Then they will analyze how many vehicles, estimate how many vehicles, etc., and the road capacity. And then they will have to actually prove to LTA that it doesn't overburden so-called the road system. If it is, then road widening or other traffic management tools like zebra crossing, traffic lights, etc., all this will come in.